Hello everyone, how are you all? Children, in today's video we'll be touching a new topic, and that topic is verbs. On the blackboard I have written few sentences. Let's go through these sentences first. Okay. The first sentence is Rita cooks well. Okay. Second one, we enjoyed a lot in the party. Third one, Suhail is painting. Fourth one, Meera wrote a letter for her grandmother. Okay. Now in all these sentences, one by one, now we'll go through them once again. Okay. The first one is Rita cooks well. What is Rita good at? She cooks well. So in this sentence, what action is being talked about? Cooking. So here, what is the action? What does Rita do? She cooks well. Okay. In the second one, we enjoyed a lot in the party. We went to a party. What did we do there? We enjoyed a lot. Okay. Third one, Suhail is painting. What is Suhail doing? Suhail is painting. He is painting a picture. That is the work that he is doing. And last one, Meera wrote a letter for her grandmother. What did Rita do? Sorry, what did Meera do? Meera wrote a letter for her grandmother. So what was the thing that she did? She wrote a letter. So these underlined words, cooks, enjoyed, painting, wrote. These are telling you what a person has done, what the subject in each sentence has done. They are telling you the work or the action done by these subjects. So these words, the words which tell you what the subject is doing or what the subject has done are called verbs. Okay? In other words, verbs are action words. Verbs are work that is done by a subject or a work that the subject is doing while talking or while speaking about. Okay, now comes the kinds of verbs. Okay, now in general there are 4 kinds of verbs. First one is transitive verbs, then is intransitive verbs, auxiliary verbs which are also called helping verbs, and phrasal verbs. Okay, and we'll be doing each kind of verb one by one. So let's begin with the first verb, that is the transitive verbs. Okay, so the first kind of verb is transitive verbs. Okay, now first read these 3 sentences. The first sentence, the boy filled a bucket with water. Okay. Second one, we grow roses in our garden. And third, the boy flew kites. Okay. Now, what are the verbs which are used in these sentences? First, we will underline them. Okay. In the first sentence, what action was done? What did the boy do? The boy filled. Okay. Next one, what did we do? We grow. And the third one, what did the boy do? The boy flew. Just concentrate on these words. Why I have not read the complete sentence, I'll tell you why. Now when we say the boy filled, don't read the remaining part. If we say the boy filled, it sounds very incomplete. So obviously we have to ask, what did the boy fill? Did the boy fill a juice in a jar, or did the boy fill a bottle in a water in a bottle, or what did the boy do? So we say the boy filled, then we have to ask the boy filled what? The question word comes, what? The boy filled what? What did the boy fill? So the remaining part is the boy filled a bucket with water. Okay. So here filled is a transitive word. Why? Because we have to ask a question. What did the boy fill? In order to make a complete sentence, we have to add an object to this word. And that object is a bucket. Okay. So this is the object. Okay. So here filled is a transitive verb. Why? Because this verb needs an object to make a complete sense. Similarly, we grow. If we say we grow, we grow what? We grow vegetables, we grow crops, we grow what? So when a verb requires an object to complete its sense, those verbs are called transitive verbs, or those verbs can come under transitive verbs. So if we say we grow, then obviously some person will say, what do you grow? What? That question word is what? We grow roses. So this roses is the object. It is required. If we will not write this, we grow in a garden. People will say, what do you grow in your garden? So we have to give an object to the verb to make it sound, you can say, meaningful. Next one, the boy flew. The boy flew. The boy flew what? So here the object that the boy flew was the kites. Okay. So such verbs which require an object to make a meaningful sentence, those kinds of verbs come under transitive verbs. Filled required an object bucket. Roses required, grow required the object roses, and flew required the object kites. So when a verb is followed by an object, those kinds of verbs come under transitive verbs. They are called transitive verbs. The second kind of verb is intransitive verbs. Now, intransitive is opposite of what transitive verbs were. Now, remember, in transitive verbs, a verb requires an object to make its sense complete. Whereas, in intransitive verb, it does not require any kind of object. When we are identifying a verb to be a transitive or an intransitive verb, the thing that we have to keep in mind is that if we are reading a verb and in order to complete the sense of that verb, are we asking the question what? If we are asking the question what, then the word comes under transitive verbs. But in intransitive verbs, we do not have to ask the question of what. We do not need to use that question word what. Let's see a few examples. First one, Monica dances well. What is the verb here? Dances. Okay. Now when we say Monica dances well, we do not ask question what Monica dances well. Do we? No. Similarly, second word, the dog looks ferocious. What is the verb here? Looks. Okay. Yes, we can ask how does the dog look? Then we say the dog looks ferocious. Okay, but we're not asking what does the dog look. Similarly, the third sentence, the ship sank in the sea. Now in this sentence, we're not asking the ship sank what? We can say where did the ship sink? So the answer will be the ship sank in the sea. But if we'll simply say the ship sank, that also is making a complete sentence. So here these words, dances, looks, sank, they do not require an object, or they are not followed by any object in the sentence. So these kinds of verbs are called intransitive verbs. Transitive verbs require a verb. There is an object, transitive verb, intransitive verb, the verb is followed by an object. Okay, whereas in intransitive verb, the verb is not followed by an object. So that is the main difference between a transitive verb and an intransitive verb. Okay. Now the third kind of verb is called an auxiliary verb. Okay. Now auxiliary verbs are also called helping verbs. Okay. Now just read these examples. Rahul is eating his breakfast. Okay. So what is the auxiliary verb here? Is. Okay. Next, they were happy. What is the auxiliary verb here or a helping verb here? Were. Next, you may come in. What is the auxiliary verb here? May. And last one, he has applied for a job. So what is the helping verb here? Has. Okay. Always remember, auxiliary verb and helping verbs are one and the same thing. Generally we use helping verbs, the word helping verb, but exact term to be used is auxiliary verbs, and these auxiliary verbs are used to tell you when the action took place. For example, when we say Rahul is eating his breakfast, when we are saying this word, this sentence, that means at the time of speaking, when I say Rahul is eating his breakfast, that means when I'm telling you about Rahul, at that very moment he is in the process of eating his breakfast. He is still having his breakfast. So that shows the present tense. Okay, present continuous tense. Next one is they were happy. Now, happy, they were happy shows you the state of their feeling or the state of the mind. How were they? They were happy. And here were is the linking verb, which is telling you that you are telling about somebody, you met somebody in the past and you are talking about a past incident, that they were happy. If you say they are happy, again are is also helping verb. If you say they are happy, that means you are talking about the present tense, your present time. If you say they were happy, that means you are talking about the past time. Similarly, you may come in here. May is the helping verb here. Okay. And the last one is he has applied for a job. Here has is also a helping verb, which is telling you the tense of the word that is applied. Applied is the actual, you can say the main verb here. Applied, come, eating. These are the main verb. Okay. M.V. MV stands for main verb. Here, this is also main verb. And here, applied is also main verb. Okay. So when we have to tell you when that main action has taken place, whether it is taking place at the exact moment, at the present moment, whether it will take place in the future time, or whether it has already taken place in the past time. Okay, so for those words which we use are called auxiliary verbs. Verbs which tell you the tense, the exact time, not the exact time. It gives you an idea whether it was in the present time or in the past time, or it will be in the future time. So those verbs are called helping verbs. Always remember, auxiliary verbs are used to form the tense of the verb. Transitive verbs require an object. It is followed by an object. Intransitive verb does not require an object to make its meaning complete, and auxiliary verbs are used to form the tense of the sentence. If we read these sentences, we can tell, or we can know we are talking about which tense. Okay, it is telling about the present tense or the past tense or about the future tense. Okay. Okay, the fourth kind of verb are phrasal verbs. Okay, now I have written 3 sentences on the blackboard. After reading these 3 sentences, I'll be underlining few words and then I'll tell you what it means. Okay, first one is we got late as our car broke down. Okay, so in this sentence I'm underlining 2 words, broke and down. Okay. Second one, I can look after myself. Now in this sentence, I'll be underlining 2 words, look and after. Okay. And the third one, the teacher told the student to speak up. Here I'll be underlining the word speak and up. Okay. Now, if you see these pair of words, in each pair of words there is one verb. What is that one verb? Here broke is the verb, right? And here look is the verb, and here speak is the verb. But these verbs are followed by another word which can be either a prepositional word or an adverb. Okay, so these kinds of verbs which are made up of 2 words. One is word form and another word can be, the second part of the verb can be a preposition or an adverb. So these kinds of verbs are called phrasal verbs. Broke down. When we're saying broke down, it means it is not working properly, or there was some kind of malfunction. Like we got late as our car broke down. That means we got late because there was some sort of malfunction in our car and it was not working properly. So we could not travel any further in that car. As a result, we came late. Second one, I can look after myself. Now look, if you say look means to look at, and after means later. But when you are using both these words together, look after does not mean later and then look later. It doesn't mean that. It actually means to take care of. For example, if I say I can look after myself, here look after means that I can take care of myself. The words are giving you a different meaning than what they actually mean individually. Look means to look at something, to see something. After means to come something which happens at a later stage. Similarly, broke means to break something, and down means down. Okay, but when we are joining these two words, when we are using these two words as a verb, as phrasal verbs, they are giving us an entirely different meaning. Okay, next word is the teacher told the student to speak up. Speak is to talk, and up in other words is up, direction. But when we are saying speak up means be a little loud, to raise the volume of your voice. So when it is saying the teacher told the student to speak up, here it means speak up word means the teacher is telling the student to be a little louder, to speak a little louder, because this teacher cannot listen to what the child is saying. So here speak up means to be a little louder. So phrasal verbs, now understand very carefully, phrasal verbs are those words which when written together gives you an entirely different meaning than what the words individually mean. Okay, so those kinds of words are called phrasal